And so I'm going to pick up where I left off. I made it to Denver on Wednesday morning and have been bumming around the city. Boulder, Pearl Street, playing guitar. Now, Friday, I am parked at a Travel America 6 blocks south of the venue on Quebec Street. It is 2:50 in the afternoon. The lot opens in 10 minutes. I emerge from my truck, lock it up as best as I am able. Not that it looks appealing to any thieves. And begin walking north up Quebec towards the entrance. The walk is very Colorado, wide, horizontal, not vertical. The 6 blocks between reveal little of interest that does not blend in perfectly with the backdrop of the show. Tie-dye vans, dreadlocked children with foul mouths, converted school buses that give gonorrhea to anyone who sits on the fluid-stained furniture bolted through to the floor. This venue, Dick's Sporting Goods Arena, has become a legend in its own time. This is the place where the M show and where they spelled all those wonderful acrostics unfolded. A true elevation of form. Over the first 4 years, always the first night of the weekend, never duplicated, as is standard, never done anywhere else either. The first year I came was 2016, and though they spelled nothing all weekend, it has become a classic, with Sunday, September 4th, my birthday, being any number of fans' top show. The first 8 years they allowed camping on the practice fields, as the venue is a professional soccer stadium. Inside the campgrounds was an open-air drug market, wide open from start to finish. I can remember one night, the first year I attended, perusing the campgrounds, I came upon a dense coagulation of action. Some 30 people all hovering around a central area, inside of which is a small table with 2 stuffed animals, a fox and a bear. I approached to hear the Wookiee MC offer his pitch. Who will win, Swifty Fox or Cunning Bear? Fox versus Bear, who stands tallest? Who can withstand the vibration of life the longest? Taking bets, who's in? A guy produces $1. I put $1 on Bear. He takes the $1. Okay, folks, we got our first action. Who's betting against? Who's in? A guy produces a 10 as another girl approaches, the girl who bet first. A guy produces a 10 as another girl approaches, the girl who bet first. I put my last $1 on Bear. The guy says, 10 on Fox, motherfucker. He takes the bill. There it is, folks, 2 bets. $1 on Fox and 10 on Bear. Who else wants in? Who's betting? Come on, folks, we ain't got all night. An awkward silence pervades. I ask someone near me, what is it? He looks wide-eyed. Fox and Bear? You don't know? The auctioneer. No takers? No one else wants to bet? The guy next to me. This is some fucking good action. I smile and nod in slight confusion as the guy who placed the $10 bet says, fuck it, let's go. The auctioneer replies, but the guy cuts him off. Yeah, I know, fuck it, my $10 against her won. Who cares? Let's fucking go. A dull roar emits from the throng in exaltation. You heard the man, let's fucking roll. A girl next to the auctioneer picks up the fox as he picks up the bear. They turn them upside down as he says, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. They both push a button or lever on the underside of each animal, and they begin vibrating wildly. They place them on the table, and everyone begins hooting and hollering at their rapid undulations. Come on, Bear! Fox, 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 Fox! A little over 1 minute passes before the fox falls onto his side and shuffles off the table onto the grass. The crowd erupts. Oh! The auctioneer. There it is, motherfucker! Game goes to Bear! He hands the $11 to the girl. The guy yells, fuck, let's go again! The girl who turned on the fox picks it up off the ground and sets it back on the table. I walk away as the auctioneer continues to spiel once again. I learned later that they cut holes out of the animals and shove vibrators inside of them, and whichever falls over first loses. These are the stakes. This is the game. Now, 5 years later, they no longer allow camping. In 19, which I was in attendance, the prairie dogs who nest just outside of the campgrounds were stricken with the Black Plague, and so the campgrounds were shut down. They said just for the year, but it is obvious they used that as an excuse to shut it down for good. Those shows were funny too. Clay offered lots of jokes about prairie dogs and the plague. During 45 days, he said, taste the fear, for the plague is drawing near, and the like. So now we're all bound for hotels, or in my case, my beat-up truck in a truck stop parking lot. The parking lot is gravel on both sides of the venue and wraps around the complex of smaller fields used in youth leagues inside of Trenton Street, which runs parallel to East 56th Street before turning north and running parallel to Quebec Street before running into Prairie Parkway on the other side of the venue. East 59th Place runs through the lots on the south side of the venue, and East 60th Avenue also cuts through them on the west side but stops at the venue. Valencia Street runs through the field complex and is cut off by East 59th Street on the south side of the venue. One lot in particular, bounded by Trenton Street on the south, Prairie Parkway to the north, Victory Way to the east, and East 60th Avenue to the south is where the magic happens, where they allow vendors to clamor in the minute they open the lot to set up their tents or their food trucks and hawk their power for $1. I walk to the tent where I have to get tested for Rona. A pretty girl stands behind a table. "You take cash?" She shakes her head. "Damn, really?" "Yeah, sorry, we don't accept cash." Guy next to me with his son produces a credit card. "You got cash, right?" "Yeah, right here." He hands the card to the girl. "Reward points, go for it." I hand him the $100. "Thanks, man, I appreciate it." He smiles as he accepts the bill. "No problem, dude, have a good show." He looks to his son. "Come on, dude, let's go find Mom." They walk away as I watch her prepare the test. They shove the fucking shit in my nose. And those 10 minutes are some of the tensest I've experienced at the thought of not being able to go in. My friend Pickles, I know, just had to miss the gorge because she got it. But all is well. I got my wristband. Now I'm heading into the heart of darkness. My phone rings. "Pickles, what's up?" "Ethan, what are you up to?" "I'm here, about to head into Shakedown. What about you?" "Yeah, we're already in here. I'm standing with Patrick, who's got his swag out on a table." "Nice, whereabouts?" "Closest aisle to the venue, south side, near the corner." "Cool, I'll be there in 5 minutes." In truth, many aspects of the culture seem abhorrent to me. Most of what we see here in our own little Babylon has little to do with the artistic light Clam offers the world, and everything to do with commerce. Sometimes, any number of times, I have seen true inspiration. Someone expressing the necessity of their soul through any medium. Music, painting, food. But when I walk through the mass and a guy shouts at me, $100 crystals, buy my $100 crystals. Hey, you, buy my large shiny rock. Tiny cereal spoons for your tiny cereal. Buy your tiny spoons for your tiny cereal here, $10. I cringe. As a spiritual creature, a psychic medium, I recognize the intellectual validity of crystals, the scrying stone. But that guy understands nothing. Therefore betrays the dignity of what he professes to trade in. Their ambitions are in no way rooted in truth, beauty, or goodness. I recognize money as a necessity. I am not naive. I suffer unduly as a result of my inability to make it. But it reads as gross to me in some way. And if I'm being honest, as that guy is overweight and does drugs all the time, I find it hard to believe he is digging in the dirt at 13,000 feet to procure those stones. Therefore, he likely purchased them from a slave labor mine out of Brazil at Amazon, and therefore is a complete fucking hack. Right where she said she would be. Pickles and the gang are set up on the edge of a table. I approach. "Pickles, what's up?" She gives me a big hug. "Ethan, how are you? Come meet my friends." She points to a taller white guy with glasses, pudgy, a real flaming queer. "This is Patrick. This is his stuff he's selling. And this," she points to another guy to Patrick's left, "is John," and points to the last guy behind John. "And this is Max." I shake hands with them. No grips of note. "Nice to meet you all." Casting my gaze upon the table, I see a myriad of kitsch. Earrings of the bolt in Fortunate Corpse's symbol. CNC cut plastic, neon colors, green, yellow, red, the full spectrum. As well as plastic penises. The dick jokes are honestly tired to me at this point. But this place has become an institution. So, comes with the shows every year. I can remember in 17 while camping these guys walking around with a boombox, blasting a tape of bad pop songs they re-recorded and changed all the lyrics to reference dicks. It was funny the first 2 times. I wanted to destroy that boombox by the end of the weekend. Pickles looks to me and holds her hand out. "Here." She opens my hand. I open my hand and she drops a small thing into it. It's a small yellow baby. "Thanks. Giving out babies." She holds another one out to a girl as she walks by. The girl opens her hand, accepts it, inspects it, and says, smiling, "I don't know if I'm ready." I ask Patrick, "You made all this stuff?" He nods. CNC? He nods. Nice. And you go to a makerspace or you have your own? A makerspace. Now I nod. And that's in Boston as well. Another nod. It's certainly easy to bring everything. Yeah, this isn't even my table. I met these girls coming in and asked them if I could use this corner, and they were cool. Nice. You got some good swag here. You'll sell out. Thanks, man. Yeah, I can have everything in this one bag. He picks up a Mario mushroom bag with a zipper wrapping around where the gills meet the stem. But it is a forced perspective, the pattern of the mushroom. The design is like a backpack. So I can fly anywhere with enough to make my way through the shows without spending any money, really. Solid stratagem. 6:45. We are now walking into the venue. We cross over Victory Way and walk around to the entrance off of 59th Place. The line is quite vast, but moving steadily. I look to Max, but ask everyone, do you guys have floor tickets? Max replies, yeah, I think so. The cacophony of the line is a dull roar of incomprehensibility. Varying degrees of sarcastic shit-talking, mixed with equal measures of excitement and inebriation. I have yet to do any drugs. I have some 5 hits of dose left. We approach the ticket scanner, a pair of girls. I hold my ticket up, and she scans it with a device in her left hand. After scanning it, she marks a clipboard with a pen and stashes the device in her back pocket. Hold out your hand. I put my right arm in front of her. She pushes a floor wristband over my hand and leaves it loose on my arm. This is how other people get onto the floor. You give your loose wristband to someone else who takes it out and lets someone else wear it until they're back down on the floor, and the new person gives it back. Once inside, everything spreads out. The inside of the venue is open. It is technically an outdoor venue, but large tiered panels offer crude covering of the roof. The entrances all lead to the top of the seats, and to get to the floor, you have to walk down the aisle, where openings are spaced out equal with the number of aisles. The guy checks our wristbands and lets us all pass into the floor, which is the field that the team plays upon, though they protect the grass by placing plastic flooring over it, reminiscent of extension cord trip guards used on construction sites. We adopt a spot not near the front, but not in the back either. Same side I was on at the Gorge. Keys and guitar. Patrick looks to me. So you were at the Gorge? I nod. Yeah, it's too bad Pickles got the Rona. Yeah, I was pissed. I'm surprised you didn't see them. Well, it's a big place. We were in the Gold camping. Eyes wide, I replied. Oh, well, then of course I never saw you. Is it nice? John says, yeah, it's great. Boom right there next to the venue. Catered food every day. Now, Patrick, we had to strategize to go party in the regular campground. But I don't understand what people are talking about when they talk shit about premier camping. People say that? He nods. I'm sure there's cool people everywhere. Whoever says those things is likely bitter. Pickles points to her shoes as more people begin to fill the space. If you lose us, look for the shoes. They're Sketcher light-ups that have a string of LEDs which illuminate with her every step. Today she wears a purple wig and a chromish purple sequined dress. The band comes out right at 8 o'clock and rips right into 45 days, setting the bar high. The jam is not too broad. These last few years have seen the band become increasingly polished, and this opening song is a perfect example of that idea. Dancing like our lives depend upon it, the sets unfold organic, with, for me, the highlight being my first froth. This is why we keep coming. There's always more to see. Always more to hear. The set closes with Panini, and we're all riding high. All of these experiences are always over in a flash, a cosmic instant. Songs bleed into one another, are brought back. Teases pervade throughout. Friendships are forged, and other times lost. Drugs, hormones, chemical synthesis of soul and matter, a blessing. Each time we come into the condition unsure of what to expect, though with haughty opinions almost always, offering our criticisms of previous shows and our hopes and expectations of what they might and will play. Endless iterations of, oh, they'll open with this, or, no, it's got to be this, they played that 2 shows ago, or, I'm still chasing this one, or, they haven't played this since 2015, I want to hear that. They come back for the second set and start with a new song, Elevate Communion. Clam fans are the most ornery, persnickety fans in music. With the burden of longevity comes the burdens of expectation. Some people all by default despise the new songs. They don't care to hear anything other than the songs they've already heard 1,000 times. Not me. I won't say I enjoy every new song I hear, but often they end up growing on me. because they give us no choice but to hear them. It's not nostalgia. It is still a breathing, evolving journey of which we are integral parts, and I appreciate how they continually crank them out, good, bad, or otherwise. I lost my friend somewhere in the second set. After the encore of Cave, Decay, and Good Times, Bad Times, I shuffle back out into the elements. Passing back into the Lion's Den, I approach a table selling drinks and buy a double whiskey ginger. Walking amongst the mass for 3/4 of an hour, I decide to walk back to my truck where I slept miserly.